Boom. Hey internets, should you buy a heat press? Yes or no? I'm gonna answer that question and go through the reasons why in this video here. First, let me qualify. Jon Phenom, clothing brand mentor. I've been on the internet for over a decade giving you guys advice on how to launch and how to maybe get to the next level. Prior to that or during that, I've made my way from apparel designer to creative director. I've been working professionally in fashion and apparel development since the year 2000. That's right, 2000. My last in-house job, I was the brand director running a $3 to $4 million clothing brand. Now let's get into it. I watched a video where another content creator was saying, don't buy a heat press. And I actually gave the advice of not doing that many years ago on this channel. This channel has gone through so many changes as technology has changed and the type of offering, the way the business of fashion has changed, and what we're able to do with production, what we're able to do with at-home production, the rise of crafters versus traditional brands, the falling of retail and the rising of e-commerce business. All of it has changed the landscape in so many ways. But for the average person that watches this channel, which is anything from a crafter to someone who's wishing to have their own fashion empire or clothing brand, this is a good thing for you. And if you do watch any of my content, you know I'm a big fan of Heat Press Nation. If you click down on my tools that I use on the daily below, you're gonna see my links to the actual machines that I use. Actually, if you click on my entire page that's on Heat Press Nation, it breaks down all of the things that I use in detail. Now, this is not necessarily an ad for them, but I will say that all the companies that I shouted on my channel are actually companies that I use with my clothing brand Non-Beta. I use them on a daily basis. And part of why I did launch the brand is because I wanted to show you what I am using, and a part of that is heat presses. I have 3 heat presses, but for the average person who approaches me on the channel, there's 2 that I think are essential if you are serious about your brand. That is my HPN 16x20, and that could cover all of your fairly large size prints for t-shirts, fleece, whether it's hoodie or crew, any kind of printables. I'm able to accomplish my designs with that. And the other machine is the HPN Hat Press with the automatic opening. Now, this machine gets a lot of play, not necessarily because I'm doing thousands and thousands of hats. That's not it. But what I am doing very consistently is the printed neck labels inside of the shirts. And with these 2 machines, I could put out a multiple of looks, whether it's a crew neck t-shirt, a long sleeve t-shirt, a v-neck, a Henley, a raglan, or if I'm working with fleece, again, like crews or hoodies, whether it's men's, women's, children's, toddlers, anything that's printable, we can accomplish those looks and those designs with these 2 machines and using transfers. I like to use Supercolor. And so I think the biggest argument is a lot of people will say they don't want to do any of that work. That would mean you're going to outsource that to screen printing, which is the traditional way of creating a clothing company. But the reason I'm doing it this way is because I have more control over the designs and the production. And in the end, having these 2 machines saves me a ton of money and time. Those are 2 resources that are very important as you're starting any business. Now, someone can argue you save way more time by outsourcing and having another company print all of your shirts, but with that resource of money, you're gonna be committed to all of those shirts. For example, let's say the minimum of your t-shirt manufacturer is 36, so that's 3 dozen of a style, of a design. Even if you split up the colorways, right? So like you have something printed on a shirt and you have it on black and Kelly green. All of those 36 shirts are gonna come out committed with that design on those shirts. Now, if you sell out of all of those shirts, then that's a great thing. You didn't have to do as much work, and all you have to do is pick it and ship it and send it out to your customer. But if you don't sell those 36 shirts, let's say you put out 5 designs and most of your 5 designs don't hit the way you think they are going to, now you're gonna have 5 designs with 36 of each design, and most of them are gonna be sitting in your extra room or your garage or wherever you store your clothing line apparel. So in terms of saving your resources, this is why I choose this route of doing production and having a heat press, so I could work only the designs that sell. Otherwise, my t-shirts stay as a stock with a printed neck label ready to go on them. And in terms of saving your time or getting that time back, you could hire someone, or you can have your son or daughter or your niece and nephew come in and do those heat prints of those transfers for you. And then now you're not using that time, but you get to control the entire process. And because you don't have to make a separate buy for the blanks, if you're providing the blanks, coordinate it, bring it to your screen printer, and then pick up, and then find out there's mistakes or there's spoilage, I would argue that you save more time and it's more convenient because you have it at your home operation. So at the end of the day, you also have more leverage to do a lot of designs and experiment with different looks to give people what they want without having it cost you more money. So this is me telling you from experience, this is how I do it, even with a background of experience of having worked with multi-million-dollar brands. So I'm not saying the argument is not valid. If you feel like doing that the traditional way is the route for you, you can definitely make it. I think there's significant advantages by doing it this way. And again, if you wanted to see the tools that I use, they're in the descriptions below. If you have more questions on this or anything concerning your clothing brand, please drop it out down below. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.